All right, folks, gather around. We're about to embark on a journey through one of the most important documents in American history. Today, we're diving into something super important, the Bill of Rights. This isn't just any old piece of paper, it's the cornerstone of American democracy. Think of it as America's user manual, except instead of instructions on how to assemble a bookshelf, it lays down the ground rules for the government and guarantees your basic freedoms. It's like the ultimate guide to living in a free society. Imagine a world without free speech, the right to a fair trial, or even the freedom to practice your own religion. Sounds pretty bleak, right? Without these rights, our society would be unrecognizable. That's where the Bill of Rights swoops in, cape billowing in the wind, to save the day. It's like a superhero for your civil liberties, ensuring that you have the freedom to speak your mind, seek justice, and worship as you please. These first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution are like the ultimate power move by the people saying, "Hey government, here are some lines you can't cross." It's a bold statement that puts the power back in the hands of the citizens. And trust me, you'll be glad they drew those lines. So, buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to take a closer look at each of these amendments and see how they impact your daily life. We're about to break down each amendment in a way that's easy to understand, even after a long day of scrolling through memes. From freedom of speech to the right to bear arms, we'll cover it all. The First Amendment is all about your freedom of expression. It guarantees your right to speak freely, assemble peacefully, and petition the government. It's the reason you can voice your opinions without fear of retribution. The Second Amendment, often a hot topic, gives you the right to bear arms. It's a complex issue with many perspectives, but at its core, it's about your right to defend yourself. The Third Amendment might seem a bit outdated, but it prevents the government from forcing you to house soldiers in your home. It's a reminder of the importance of personal privacy and property rights. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. It ensures that your privacy is respected and that the government can't invade your personal space without just cause. The Fifth Amendment is all about due process. It guarantees that you can't be deprived of life, liberty, or property without fair legal procedures. It's the foundation of our justice system. The Sixth Amendment ensures your right to a fair trial. It guarantees that you have the right to a speedy and public trial, an impartial jury, and legal representation. It's crucial for maintaining justice and fairness. The Seventh Amendment extends the right to a jury trial in civil cases. It's another layer of protection for your rights, ensuring that disputes are resolved fairly. The Eighth Amendment protects you from excessive bail, fines, and cruel and unusual punishment. It's a safeguard against abuse and ensures that justice is humane. The Ninth Amendment states that the rights listed in the Constitution aren't the only rights you have. It's a reminder that you have other fundamental rights that aren't explicitly mentioned. The Tenth Amendment reinforces the principle of federalism by stating that powers not delegated to the federal government are reserved for the states or the people. It's about balancing power and ensuring that the government doesn't overreach. So there you have it, folks. The Bill of Rights in all its glory. It's more than just a historical document. It's a living, breathing part of our democracy that continues to protect and empower us every day. Remember, these rights are yours to cherish and protect. So next time you exercise your freedom of speech or enjoy a fair trial, give a little nod to the Bill of Rights. It's got your back. Thanks for joining me on this journey through America's 10 Commandments, but way less dramatic. Stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay free. First up, the big kahuna of freedoms, the First Amendment, baby. This bad boy guarantees your right to speak your mind without the government shutting you down. Want to write a strongly worded letter to your congressman? Go for it. Feel like protesting peacefully in the park? Knock yourself out. But hold your horses, cowboy. This doesn't mean you can yell fire in a crowded theater. Unless there's an actual fire, then please do. Freedom of speech has its limits, especially when it comes to inciting violence or harming others. Think of it like this. Your right to swing your fist ends where my nose begins. Next up, the Second Amendment. The one that sparks more debates than a family gathering about politics. This amendment guarantees the right to bear arms. Now, before you start picturing a Wild West shootout at your local grocery store, remember the part about a well-regulated militia. See, back in the day, America didn't have a standing army. They relied on regular citizens to grab their muskets and defend the country when needed. Today, the interpretation of the Second Amendment is about as clear as mud. with folks on both sides arguing their points. But one thing's for sure, it's a right that comes with great responsibility. The Third Amendment is a head-scratcher for many. Quartering soldiers? What is this, the 1700s? Well, back then, it wasn't uncommon for British soldiers to barge into colonists' homes and demand food and lodging. Not cool, right? The Founding Fathers thought so too, which is why they made sure the government could never force you to house soldiers in your home. So, unless you've got a spare bedroom and a hankering for some military-grade discipline, you're good to go. Section 5. Protection against unreasonable searches and seizures, privacy matters, people. The Fourth Amendment is all about protecting your privacy. It says the government can't just burst into your home without a good reason, also known as a warrant. Think of a warrant as a permission slip from a judge. They need to have probable cause, meaning solid evidence that you might be up to no good before they can go snooping around. So unless you're running an illegal casino out of your basement, in which case invite me over, you can rest assured that your home is your castle. Section 6. Rights of the accused, innocent until proven guilty, and other perks. This principle is a cornerstone of our justice system, ensuring that every individual is given a fair chance to defend themselves before any judgment is passed. The Fifth Amendment is like a superhero for anyone accused of a crime. It swoops in to protect the rights of the accused, ensuring that justice is not only done but seen to be done. It guarantees a bunch of rights to make sure you're treated fairly in court. These rights are not just legal formalities, they are essential protections that uphold the integrity of the judicial process. This includes the right to remain silent, pleading the fifth, which means you cannot be forced to testify against yourself. This right is crucial because it prevents self-incrimination and ensures that the burden of proof lies with the prosecution. The right to an attorney, because even lawyers need lawyers sometimes, is another vital protection. Having legal representation ensures that you have someone knowledgeable about the law to defend your interests and navigate the complexities of the legal system. And then there's protection against double jeopardy, meaning you can't be tried twice for the same crime. This prevents the state from subjecting individuals to multiple prosecutions for the same offense, which could otherwise lead to harassment and abuse of power. It's like the Founding Fathers always said, better to let 10 guilty people go free than to convict one innocent person, or something like that. This principle underscores the importance of safeguarding individual rights and ensuring that the justice system errs on the side of caution. Point is, you have rights, even if you're wearing an orange jumpsuit. These rights are designed to protect you and ensure that the legal process is fair and just, regardless of the accusations against you. So, remember, the justice system is built on the foundation that everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and these protections are there to uphold that very principle. Section 7. Rights in civil cases. Suing your neighbor just got fancier. The Seventh Amendment might seem a little dry, but it's important nonetheless. It guarantees your right to a jury trial in civil cases. What's a civil case? Think lawsuits, not criminal charges. So if your neighbor's dog digs up your prize-winning petunias and they refuse to cough up the cash for new ones, you can take them to court and let a jury of your peers decide your fate, and hopefully get you some sweet, sweet petunia justice. Section 8. No cruel and unusual punishment, because nobody likes a bully, not even the government. The Eighth Amendment is pretty self-explanatory, no cruel and unusual punishment. We're talking torture, excessive bail, or punishments that are just plain inhumane. Basically, the government can't go all medieval on your behind, even if you committed a crime. Remember that time you accidentally stole a pack of gum from the store when you were 8? Yeah, the Eighth Amendment says they can't lock you up and throw away the key for that. Section 9. Unenumerated rights. Just because it's not listed doesn't mean it's not important. The Ninth Amendment is a bit of a catch-all. It basically says that just because certain rights aren't specifically listed in the Constitution, it doesn't mean you don't have them. It's like the other duties as assigned section of your job description, but for your rights. This amendment recognizes that the Founding Fathers couldn't possibly have predicted every single right you might have in the future. Section 10. Rights reserved to the states. Sharing is caring, sometimes. The 10th Amendment is all about states' rights. It says that any powers not specifically given to the federal government are reserved for the states or the people. Think of it like a giant game of tug-of-war between the federal government and the states. The 10th Amendment makes sure the states have some power too, so the federal government doesn't become too powerful. Section 11. The Bill of Rights. Your ticket to freedom and a side of fries. So there you have it. The Bill of Rights, your guide to understanding your basic freedoms as an American citizen. This document, crafted by the Founding Fathers, is more than just words on paper. It's a living testament to the values and principles that define our nation. It's a pretty sweet deal, if you ask me. Free speech, the right to express your thoughts and opinions without fear of government retaliation. Imagine being able to speak your mind, write your thoughts, and share your ideas freely. Then there's the right to a fair trial, ensuring that justice is served and that everyone gets their day in court. And let's not forget protection against unreasonable searches. Your privacy is respected, and your personal space is safeguarded. It's like the Founding Fathers ordered the deluxe freedom platter with a side of Liberty fries. They wanted to make sure that every American could enjoy these fundamental rights and live their lives to the fullest. So next time you're feeling grateful for living in the land of the free, take a moment to appreciate the Bill of Rights. It's the foundation upon which our freedoms are built, and it's something truly worth celebrating. Give a little nod to the Bill of Rights. Remember, these rights weren't just handed to us. They were fought for, debated over, and carefully crafted to ensure that we could live in a society that values freedom and justice. And hey, while you're at it, why not take a moment to learn more about these rights? Dive into history, understand the struggles and triumphs that led to their creation. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better you can appreciate the freedoms you enjoy. And of course, why not like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and keep those freedom vibes flowing. By staying connected and informed, you can help ensure that these rights are protected and cherished for generations to come.